Thank you. Yes, I'm the only one and only founder of MTP, which stands for Most Traveled People. My name is Charles Veley. I'm from California, and we're celebrating our 20th anniversary here in the Sheraton in Addis Ababa. 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, I had visited all 193 United Nations countries, and I completed a list which is called the TCC, or Traveler Century Club list, which is 330 places in the world. And I was really trying to visit all of the world. Uh, I tried to go into the Guinness Book of World Records. Guinness had been doing a different list, and they accepted me on the basis of the Traveler Century Club. So it was kind of, no one really knew who was in charge. And the Guinness said, well, if TCC says, then we'll put you. And TCC, they had a board meeting and they said, we can't do this because we can't do it. So there was no one home. I felt like I was running the marathon in the Olympics, you know, and came into the final lap inside the stadium, but all the judges went home. So no one home at the kitchen. I said, I came from a software career. We should just take people and places, put them in a database, put it online, and create a community. And that's how MTP got started in 2005. So this is 2025. We've had a conference in Addis. 2 years ago, this is the second conference, and the first one we had 2 years ago in Equatorial Guinea. There's a beautiful hotel in the middle of the jungle in the new capital, Ciudad de La Paz, created by the president of Equatorial Guinea. And that was a unique and fantastic experience for our travelers. However, the logistics of getting there was a little bit too much work because we had to fly to Malabo, which is not easy in of itself, do all the visas, then go to the interior. And so we wanted some place that was a little bit easier to access. Many of the people in our conference have been to Addis many times. So it's not new to them necessarily. However, it's a beautiful city and it's so well connected in the region that we can do trips before and after. We can go to Juba. We had a group going to Abyei, which is a region between the two, South Sudan and Sudan, which you can get to from Juba. You can go to Mogadishu. You can go to Hargeisa. You can go to Bujumbura. You can go to Kinshasa. You can get anywhere from here. And so that is the appeal. It's a cosmopolitan city with one of the best hotels in all of Africa. That's the Sheraton, which we know well, and you are connected to the entire region. Not to mention that Ethiopia we divide into 13 regions in and of itself. So there's so much to do when you're based here in Addis. I've been coming to Addis. Of course, it's the major hub. I've passed through 20 or more times. I probably came in the early 2000s first. And I remember being in this exact hotel in 2007 to New Year's 2008, and the New Year's Eve party, the spectacular buffet in the garden. And who was the entertainment there? Sean Paul, someone I had never heard of at the time, but of course is very, very famous now. So that was a very unforgettable visit in 2007. But what I remember of Addis was nothing like it is today, because we went on a 90-minute bus ride on the open air bus the other night, and all of the skyscrapers and all the neon and all of the enormous projects that are going on. There's a elevated rail line running right through the city. It's really transformed. It's a major metropolis now. You can see the skyline coming from the flight path when you land. That was not there 20 years ago.
And as the saying goes, traveling broadens the mind, and many of your members have been traveling across the globe. And what are the unique things that gets you all together in this MTP?
Well, I think that so if you've traveled to 193 countries, we call you a UN Grand Master, United Nations Grand Master. And we had 44 of those joining our group of 200 people. So that's almost 25% of all the people have been to every country. Now, when you're at home with your family and your usual friends, you can't talk about all of this with them. They just think you're crazy. They don't know the names of the places and the experiences that you're talking about. So to come to a place where you can talk about anything with any of of the members, and they're all fascinated to share stories. It's a unique community that way, and it's probably the only community for the most traveled to go where they can learn something new. And you know, people have FOMO. You say, "Oh, well, I had this new place that I discovered. Ah, well, I need to go there too." So it's that kind of environment that draws the people in. So many experiences, from like seeing Sean Paul for the first time on stage at the Sheraton Addis. To most recently, we went to this place Ababa, which is really the middle of nowhere, but and you know, it's near to a serious war zone. North in El Fasher, which is only 500 kilometers away, uh, but the people there, they're living more or less with nothing, but they were so happy. They were so welcoming and friendly. Even in this dusty and hot environment, it's just fascinating. They give us delicious food, warm smiles, walking us around. That's a real impression. You go a place on the map, you'd say that's the middle of nowhere, and the people are very poor. They didn't have much, but yet we saw such color. We felt such warm spirits. That's the kind of impression that you just don't expect. Yeah, you expect to go to New York City. You expect to go to the Eiffel Tower. You would feel something, but you don't expect to go to a place in the middle of the desert and get that sort of feeling. The fact that you're able to go to places that maybe are portrayed on the news as unsafe, it's really opening people's minds that you can go anywhere you want to in the world, and maybe if it's a dangerous place today, it won't be tomorrow. It will calm down. But that we put a list out there where we divide the world into 1,500 regions. So no matter how traveled you are, there's always something else. There's always something new, and that you should have the spirit that you want to go always to the new place. I just want to say thank you to the people of Ethiopia and to the people of Addis, the Sheraton here. It's been a wonderful visit. They've hosted us extremely well. And yet again, another fine trip to Ethiopia.